4th of July is one of America's most celebrated holidays. We love that, right? But that means a lot of eating and a lot of drinking, especially for underage teens.
Defense attorney Thomas Glasgow is here to talk about the legal ramifications for adults serving or selling alcohol to minors. And some parents think, hey, as long as it happens in my house, it's okay. But if they take off from your house in a car, you can get in some big trouble. Well,
underage drinking in Illinois is a huge problem. Last year, in 2005, it cost the state of Illinois $2.9 billion. Fetal alcohol syndrome alone between the ages of 12 and 20 for mothers in that age costs the state $41 million. It's kind of like most people think it's a rite of passage. Hey, have a few drinks at my house, go out, have a good time, and leave. But now there are so many criminal ramifications that it provides a lot of civil and criminal liability for most parents.
So let's get into that. So somebody's having a party, and Junior's over, his friends are there, and says, Dad, I want a few beers for my guys. Can we do that? Dad says, okay. Mom and Dad said, okay. That teen later leaves the party, gets in trouble one form or another. What about the parents' responsibility or liability there?
Well, this is a fact pattern of the couple up in Deerfield last year that ended up having the party at the house.
Yes.
When they went through the home, the kids left. They ended up having an accident for a DUI, and they injured somebody. That was a misdemeanor where you could end up in jail for up to a year or be fined up to $2,500. Now it's changed to a Class 4 felony where you can go to jail between 1 and 3 years and have a $25,000 fine if someone drinks at your home that's underage, then leaves and injures someone else.
So what if you're a parent who's not home, but your kid's at the house with the friends, and they're doing this without you even knowing about it?
Well, you do have to have some kind of responsibility. You have to have some kind of knowledge that this is going on. The most of the kids that were surveyed ended up getting alcohol from someone else's house. It's not the kids that sneak down in the basement and take, alcohol out of the basement bar. That's roughly about 4% of the kids. The majority of the kids end up going out and getting it at someone else's house. They drink at another parent's house. That incurs liability on those parents. If no one's injured, the parent then exposes themselves to a Class A misdemeanor. They could end up in jail for up to a year, be fined up to $2,500. If that same parent goes and rents a hotel room for the kids and knows that alcohol is going to be served there because there's a lot of hotel parties for kids, then they are responsible for all the damages, they are responsible for all the injuries, they are responsible for anything that occurs in that hotel room.
People actually go out and rent hotel rooms for their teens, underage teens?
I've actually heard
parents,
when I was growing up, people did that.
Kids, more other friends that are over the age of 21, they go out and they rent it for their friends thinking, oh, no big deal, they'll just have a party at the place. Well, they've now exposed themselves, being 22, 23, 24, to all the injuries, all the criminal liability and civil liability for this. Additionally, you get into civil liability for the parents because in the case in Deerfield, they were walking around, if anybody's drinking and driving, don't drive home. They now have a duty to make sure that no one drives home.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
Bottom line.
Sounds crazy that we were even talking about this, that a parent would allow a kid to drink, but it happens every day, all the time.
You're in the time of graduation parties and 4th of July.
Thank you, Tom.
So much.
You're welcome.
It is 7:27 right now.